Hi guys, it's me again, Dr. Heather Snell, and today we're going to go over something that might sound a little difficult, but I'm sure you've all done this, and it's pretty simple. We're going to go over a concept called aerodynamics, and this is just a really fancy word for flight. So many of you have probably been on airplanes. I know many of you have seen airplanes. Many more of you have probably made paper airplanes. So today we're going to make paper airplanes. We're going to go over how planes fly. Airplanes use 4 major forces to stay in the air. And so I'm going to make a paper airplane. And you can make a paper airplane. If you've never made a paper airplane, all you really need is a piece of paper. With this piece of paper, everyone does it differently. And so I'm going to give you the basic steps, but you too can make your own paper airplane however you want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half. Like this. I'm going to fold the point. Like that. And then I'm going to fold it back in half. Like that. Then I'm going to fold down the wings to make it pointy. Like that. Fold down the other side in the same way. Like that. Then, of course, every plane needs wings. I'm going to fold down the wings to hopefully make something that will fly. Let's see if it will fly. And that is my lovely, hopefully aerodynamic paper airplane. Let's see. And it flies! How can folding a piece of paper into this shape make something that can fly? And what are the important aspects of paper airplanes that allows them to fly? I have been a paper airplane maker for many, many years, so I know what works, but I know what also doesn't work. And so if I just folded a piece of paper in half, like this, do you think it would fly? I mean, we just folded a bunch of paper together. I don't know why this wouldn't. Let's try it. That really didn't work. Airplanes, both real and paper, use the same concepts for flight. So there are 4 different concepts. There's thrust, and thrust is just when you throw the airplane forward. So if I were to have this airplane and I didn't throw it forward, do you think it would fly? If I didn't throw it forward fast enough? Let's see. Didn't really go that far, right? But if I put a lot of force behind it and throw it really hard, it'll go really far, and that is thrust. So thrust is just how much force is behind the moving object. So planes, airplanes that you fly in, have a lot of thrust. They are being pushed by a lot of force. They go very, very fast and have very big engines to make them go very fast. The second is lift. So lift is a force that acts on the wings, these bad boys right here, and they help the plane move up instead of down or sideways or back and forth. You want it to move up and forward. And so lift, and as you can tell by the word, when you lift something, you really lift it up, is the movement of air underneath the wing that keeps it up. Gravity is also a force that pulls the plane down. So this airplane is working against many different forces. Lift is what keeps it up. Gravity is what keeps all of us down. It's what keeps all of our feet on the floor. And it also keeps the airplane from just going out into the atmosphere. Finally, the last one. So I said the first one was what? What was the first one? First one was thrust. So putting a lot of force behind the airplane. The second one was lift, right? Putting more upward motion, having a bigger wing, increasing the lift would make it go fast further. The third one was what? Gravity, which keeps it down, right? And lighter airplanes are able to go further because they have less acted upon on gravity and they're easier to lift. It's easier to lift up this piece of paper than it is to lift up this vase because this is heavier than this one. And the final one is drag. And drag, which is caused by the tail, is the opposite of thrust. So you have a lot of opposites here. What is the opposite of lift? Gravity. What is the opposite of thrust? Drag. So drag actually makes the plane slow down. The way that you design the wings and the tail can actually impact the way that the plane goes. So you just kind of have to try it out and make different airplanes with different wing types and different points and see what happens. And then make this last one here my go-to. See if it flies. Whoa, it goes really far. You can't see it, but it went really far. I think it's still going, actually. Goodbye, airplane. So, what I hope you do is you go home and you make some paper airplanes. And you make them with different wing sizes, with different nose sizes, with different tail sizes. And you really go through and see which ones fly best and which ones don't. Those are the 4 concepts of aerodynamics. And now you can go home and say, I know what aerodynamics is. It's a combination of thrust, throwing it really hard, lift, the force that brings it up, gravity, the force that brings us all down, brings it down, and what's the last one? I can't hear you. drag. And that is a negative force against thrust. So, I hope you really enjoyed this lecture, or this talk. It wasn't really a lecture. I hope you really enjoyed our time together, and I can't wait to talk to you again. Bye.